Okay, so I angled the camera down so you can see the stuff I'm doing, not necessarily me. First of all, this blue bottle, it's actually a green bottle. And I put a coat of chalk paint on it. Probably should have done two, but I think it'll be okay. And I did not exactly have a perfect blue for this. So I used a blue that I had, I think it was called Paradise Blue. Sorry, I put it away, I wasn't thinking. And I mixed some white with it. It was about maybe 3/4 blue and 1/4 white, because I wanted it to be a similar blue to that. Because I'm going to match like the background, you know what I mean? Because I'm going to try to cut out the snowman, but I can't do all of it, so I'm going to keep some of it where the snowflakes are, and hopefully it will still match and it will look nice against this blue. So we'll try that and see how it goes. This is just another one of those window cling bottles. I'm not going to show you how to do it again because I do have a video about that before, so I'll link it below. This one I'm going to cover with Extreme Glitter Mod Podge. I hope you're seeing this. I'm totally guessing with this new camera because I can't actually see what I'm doing, so hopefully it works out. And I think I might have to spray seal it so all the glitter doesn't come off. We'll see how that one goes. This is a clear bottle. And I've already put some chalk paint on it, but I'm going to have to do another coat just to make sure that it's totally covered. Probably can just do acrylic paint on the clear ones. I haven't actually tried it because I kind of like to have a base coat. What I'm aiming for, these napkins, they're sort of off-white, ivory, I guess you could say. So again, trying to match paint and have the background be similar. I'm going to try, I've got a little bit of this acrylic white left. I'm going to try to kill that off. I've got other whites though. And I have warm white. That might be too creamy. I don't know. We'll see about that one. And then I've got this Deco Art. It's called Antique White. So I'm going to play around with mixing up paint and see if I can get one that matches up. And I'll get that one going. And then after that we'll see what I can do next. Now I'm going to see if I can get these pieces of napkin onto the bottle. And this one needs its other one coming apart, maybe not. I'll do this one first. I have an idea to do the bottom, so we'll just put them on there for now and let them dry and see how we go. I've got a little bit of matte Mod Podge in here. Styrofoam brush. I just want to put on a thin coat right here, kind of in the middle, like so, and then just sort of lay that down right along the middle like that. Pat it down. Now, I've seen it done this way with the plastic wrap, because apparently if you rub it with your fingers it'll rip, but if you just take your plastic wrap, actually it doesn't work too, yeah, that's not bad. There's a little smidgy wrinkle there, but it's not too bad. Kind of rub it out gently. If there's a few wrinkles, it's not really the end of the world. Just try not to have loads and loads because it looks a little funny. And then just put a bit more Mod Podge on. Just kind of smooth it down this way. Come on. Oh, that one decided to rip. Oh, okay, maybe not. Alright, maybe that doesn't work. Okay, well, we'll have to come back to that and try it again. Okay, let's have another go. I washed it off. I took a wet rag and just wiped it all off and then dried it. So we'll try the other side now. I think what I'll do is I'll just Mod Podge the heck out of it and then stick it on. We'll see if that works better. Never having done this before, you all get to do trial and error with me. We'll see. Maybe yes, maybe no. Oh, there's a big Mod Podge gob. I'm using the tail end of a jar, so I think I'm getting the gungy bits at the bottom here and there too. Try and go almost all the way around here. And then smooth it out so it's not blobby. Okay. Try this again. About like so. I'm just patting it. I'm not doing the plastic. I'm just kind of patting it down. I'm smoothing it very gently. Oh, there's a tiny wrinkle right there. It's actually not that bad. There's a few wrinkles, but I think by the time you got it all Mod Podge, I don't know that it really matters that much. I mean, I've never done this, so we'll see how it works out. If I do more and more of it, then I'll know maybe, oh, maybe I really should use the plastic wrap, or we'll see. But I didn't, the plastic wrap was what ripped the other one, so I don't know. I'm sort of torn about the idea of using it. I'll just smooth it gently. I guess it helps that your fingers aren't gooey. I don't know. That could be a thing too. If the plastic wrap gets gooey, then it just sticks. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine, everybody. Okay. Well, I at least know that my paint is a pretty good color. It isn't exactly the same blue, but it's pretty close. Since I had to guess, it was kind of hard to tell. And also it's wet with the Mod Podge, so it would probably dry better. That's a little on the goopy side. Okay, now what I'm going to do, because actually, I think that looks pretty good. You can kind of see, I hope I'm holding this up closely enough. It has a few wrinkles on the snowman part. I don't care. It's mine. I'm going to do with it what I want. And I don't think it looks that bad. Do you really ever have an absolutely perfect snowman in real life? No. So I'm just going to go with it, I think. And then maybe down the road, try another one. I do think doing it this way, though, with the whole works all at once is better, though, than trying to do it a little bit at a time. At least for napkins. Maybe something sturdier, like wrapping paper or scrapbook paper or something, maybe would work better. But I think that looks pretty good, so I'm just going to do another coat on top while I'm here. Just to seal it down. I'm just doing it gently. Just a little bit of Mod Podge. Sorry, you're going to have to bear with me while I do this, because I'm a little sticky now and I'm not touching the remote for my camera. Or it'll have Mod Podge all over it. So bear with me while I do this. Just a little bit. I'm not doing loads at once. I'm just doing a little bit. It's not like the fabric ornaments where you can goop the heck out of it and it really doesn't matter. Oh, that was smart. I just rubbed my hand through it. See, this is how you guys get me crafting, warts and all. Stuff doesn't work and I get all messy. Oh well. It is what it is. There we go. This on this side a bit more. When I get the other one on the other side, they're pretty much just going to fit exactly one on one side of the bottle, one on the other. I might have to take off a little bit of the other one for overlap purposes, but we'll have to try that out when this one's all dry. I don't know about that one yet. And I might use some other Mod Podge to cover the whole thing later. Perhaps gloss or satin or sparkle even, maybe, I don't know yet. And I have an idea about putting snow on the bottom, which I hope is going to work. But we'll get to that later on. And the top part I'm probably going to put ribbon around it or twine or something. I haven't got that far yet, so. Okay. So there we are. I guess it kind of worked. We'll carry on. Thanks for bearing with me. So, this bottle didn't really work out. The blue paint is not bad. I would have liked it to be darker and closer. This is the one that I was filming when I was showing you the decoupage, and it turned out not bad. It's relatively smooth. It still looks snowman-y, but I did the other one exactly the same, and it's quite a bit more wrinkly, although you can see the white better. So I think what I'll probably wind up doing, because I've only lost a napkin and a bit of paint, it's not the end of the world, I'll give this a good soaking in the laundry sink with some hot soapy water, or maybe something like OxiClean. We'll see if that all comes off. And I'll just use this one for something else. I will try the clear bottle that I've got partly painted white, and I'll try and match up the white paint to my snowflakes, because even though I hadn't done this type before that I mentioned with like all the way around with a big piece of napkin, I did do the the sunflowers on that yellow bottle that I painted, and that worked out pretty well, so maybe the snowflakes will work better too. All we can do is try. Now on to the white bottle. Before I had chalk paint on it, and I said I was going to mix other paint to get it right. Well, it turns out it didn't have to. There's a great Canadian dollar store over near the grocery store we go to, and I popped in there last week, and the guy had a ton of DecoArt paint. The store's not very big, but you never know what you're going to find. And I came up with, you can see that, light antique white. So there's a coat of light antique white. And those snowflake napkins that I showed you, on each napkin there is one big one and a couple of little ones. So in some fashion I'm going to get them decoupaged onto that white bottle, which I will then show you once I've done that. Now as far as the Mod Podge bottle, I haven't done anything else to that. It's the way it is. But the cork doodad, you know how they're that kind of nasty brown you can see in there? Well, I took out the little bitty round batteries, and my husband has teeny weeny little screwdrivers for the computer, so he took that apart for me. It's not absolutely perfect, but that is 2 coats of white chalk paint followed by a coat of sparkle Mod Podge. And there's the little thing that goes in the front. Now, sadly, I lost the little plastic dewar for taking out the batteries, so I hope I can get them back in okay. And you can still turn it on and off. Now, the sad thing about these is they don't fit properly. So, when you go to put it in the bottle, now it's kind of hard to tell because I don't have the thing put back together because I got to screw it. But it doesn't go down all the way. It sort of sits loosely, and I could like have it rammed in there and hot glue gun it down, but then it comes up too far here, and you can't actually pop that little dewey out to change the batteries. So what's the point of that? So even though it's painted white, it doesn't look as hideous as the brown one, it still doesn't fit nice in the bottle, however, whether I keep this or give it to somebody. But just so you guys know that, these are not perfect, but you can make them be half decent. Now the other thing I was going to do probably is use these stickers. They come like a rope. So in the past when I did a bottle like this that I give to my sister-in-law, I put one around the top, around there, and I might take some apart and do like 2 or 3 and put them on here too, just to bling up this little thing too. So I'll carry on with that and we'll see how it goes. I started on the white bottle, and I put this snowflake on it. It's pretty close with the color of that light antique white paint. I think it looks fine. Because these are kind of big, I'm going to flip this over and do the other one on the other side, about down here. So let me just make sure that's the opposite. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And I just put it on this little old washcloth. Whoops! Got a bit sticky there. Okay, there's all my little ones back together. Now, I've got a brand new Mod Podge here, so I'm not even dumping it into a container because I just go dip like so. And right about here. Maybe I need a new brush. That one's not any good. Hold on. There we go. If it's not strictly exactly 180 degrees from the other one, it's not really the end of the world. I'm just trying to make it close. Down there like so. We'll just kind of pat it down in the middle. I'm just using my fingers. It's not very big, so I can adjust it and just sort of tap it into place, jiggle it if needs be. I probably could have got a piece of plastic wrap for this, but I'm not too worried about it. Just go slowly. There's a tiny wrinkle there, but I'm not too worried about that. As long as it's not a great big obvious one, it's probably okay. I think that was what happened with that other snowman one that didn't work. It was too big for some reason. Oops, maybe we need a bit more Mod Podge there. Yes, we do. Just a smidge down here. There we go. Good enough over here, looks like. I'm going to try this with tissue paper eventually too, because I've seen that done and it looks pretty. And tissue paper is just a smidgen sturdier than napkins are. There's a little wee bubble there. Okay. Oops, I'll put on that side too. Ah! Come on. There we go. There we go. So each napkin had one of these big snowflakes on it, and then a couple of these little small ones. So I'm just going to scatter those around in various other parts of the bottle, but I want to let this dry first. Yeah, it's not quite done there. There we go. Let's have a look. Is that pretty close to... Yeah, it's close. It's not 100%, but it's close enough for my purposes. I think that will be just fine. Let's put a coat over top carefully. Once again, I'm sticky and not touching my remote, so you're going to have to watch me do this. Just go lightly over the top. When I've got all of the snowflakes on, I will take Sparkle Mod Podge and do a final coat over top of the whole thing to seal it all up. And I will probably put some sort of ribbon or something. I've got various silver ribbon up there. I might put some bling on it. I don't know yet. I haven't got that far. That's it for now. All done. See, I put a little bow on it. Sparkle Mod Podge. It's all finished. Not perfect coloring, but it looks pretty good. Put that in my stash. I might give that one away, I'm not sure. This one I'm going to save as a gift. This one's all done too. These little gems are a good color for the blue bottle and the blue snowflakes. And I put a few on top. But see what I mean? You can't really... It doesn't stick. And if I did stick it, can't get that open. So painting this does make this part where you screw back in stick out a little bit. But it doesn't really matter. It's close enough. And at least it's not that ugly brown. So, these two worked out. Snowman, not so much. But I will carry on figuring this out and try other things. Thanks for watching.